Okay, so this is the insertion of the Sure T set. So the three things that you need are firstly your insulin vial, which you've already prepared. So in the cartridge there, no air bubbles. You need the Sure T set and the insulin pump. So the first thing is to take the Sure T out of its casing. As you can see, peel back with the arrow. Let's get the Sure T out. Okay. First thing is for where the P cap is to the first insertion part. Just need to take off the tapes to release the tubing. Okay. And you'll see that the Sure T comes in two parts. You've got the actual part with the stainless steel needle, which will be the part that's inside the fat tissue, and then there is a second separate part which is almost like a release valve where the actual tubing connects to. So the first thing to do is connect the tubing to the safety plaster really. So to do that, you can see that there's two serrated parts here. You just need to squeeze those in and then take the cap off, and then that fits directly into there. And you'll hear it click. So the next step, once that is done, is to attach the reservoir to the P cap, and that is done by, you just put a little bit of pressure, then you require a quarter turn and it fits in, and then you require a second quarter turn so you hear it click, and then you know it's in place. Okay, so the next step is to load the cartridge into the pump. So if you get your pump, the first thing to do will be to turn the light on, as you can see. Then you press the act button to go into the main menu, then you scroll down to the reservoir and set, press act, then it's the reservoir setup that you want, just press act, and at this point you would possibly be still connected with your current infusion set, so it will be to take that out and remove the reservoir, but as you can see this pump doesn't have one in. So you press act, and then that will do the rewind where the piston rewinds all the way back, ready for the new cartridge. Once that is done, it says place and lock the cartridge into the pump. So you can see that it goes in and it just turns, and you will feel it click into place. And you'll know that it's in the right place when the protruding plastic part is parallel with the battery cap. Once that's done, then you press act, and it says, are you disconnected? Which you are. So go down and click yes. And this is the part now where you will fill the tubing. So you're going to keep your finger on the act button to push the piston all the way up until you start to see drops come out at the end. And you'll wait to see a few drops just to make sure that any air that might have been at the top of the cartridge are gone. So there's a couple of drops there, and now you can let that go. And you can see there it says press escape if done. There's a press escape and it asks you, can you see drops at the end of the tubing? And the answer is yes. And then it's to attach the Sure T to the body. So at this stage you can put the pump down, and you can see that how we're going to do this is at the back of the Sure T there is a butterfly, two pieces that come up. So it's to pull the butterfly pieces up, then you can remove the needle guard, and then actually take off via the wings the adhesive. And the next part will just be to manually place this into the abdomen area. So I'm just going to move this down here now. And you would pick your insertion site, so I'm going to choose my abdomen. You can see that it just goes directly in place there. Then you'll see the second safety plaster. It's got 2 adhesive wings just to take off. And then place that further away so that then if the tubing gets pulled, actually it won't be the cannula that comes out. Then you'll see the final step is to actually fill the cannula. So for the Sure T, because the metal part is staying in, hasn't been taken out, you actually don't need a cannula fill. So if you pressed Act, you need to take that down to 0 to make sure that no extra insulin is put in. Press Act, then that's the insertion of the Sure T complete.